Hello, I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man, and I'm with Sam Healey. Sam is a partner at JMW's Business Crime and Regulatory Department and is based in Manchester. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Dominic.
So, Sam, you've recently made a Freedom of Information Act request to HMRC. What did you discover?
Well, the headlines from the information provided is that there's not been any prosecutions that have been linked to the cases in which HMRC have applied for an account freezing order. In terms of the detail, between 2017 and 2021, HMRC have now applied for 381 account freezing orders. They've been issued and granted. And last year, or the last financial year, 2020 to 2021, they applied for 151. The information that we've now gathered shows there's been a sharp increase from when they started applying for these in 2017/18, when only one was issued, but then it increased quite dramatically to 60 in the following year. There's then been further increases between 2018-19 to 2019-2020, increased by 177%. And during the last financial year, there's been a slight dip. However, whilst only 151 was granted in the last financial year, the amount they've actually frozen is much greater than the totality in the previous year. So the general theme is that the account freezing orders, they're on the increase, and it's extraordinary to see that 56 million has been frozen, and yet no prosecution has been brought to date.
And I suppose the next question you lead me on nicely, Sam, to is what sort of circumstances would HMRC apply to the court for a freezing order?
Well, this is a relatively new weapon to the armoury of HMRC and other state agencies to use. I mean, the Criminal Finance Act 2017, that's what's extended the Proceeds of Crime Act 2002 and allowed for the AFOs to be obtained. They cover funds which are in financial institution accounts, although the power extends a little bit further as well to listed assets, which could include, for example, precious metals, precious stones, watches, or artistic work, which could also be frozen as well. So the way it works is an officer, say, of HMRC, or it could be a constable, or an officer of the Serious Fraud Office, would apply to the courts for either the personal or the business bank account to be the subject of the account freezing order. And in that application, they would have to show the court on balance that there's reasonable grounds to suspect that the funds in the account are recoverable property. And what that would mean is that the funds have been obtained from unlawful conduct. So they may have seen suspicious activity on the account, or they've received intelligence, or there's a report from another state agency, or in the alternative, that the funds are going to be used for criminal conduct.
And if an individual's faced with a freezing order, what should they do, Sam? What's your practical advice?
Well, they need to get specialist advice as soon as possible. In some instances, when HMRC make the initial application for the detention, notice is given to the respondent, the person who receives the application. So there's a limited time frame then where we can get all the documents, the materials, assist a client in making sure that they've got the strongest possible case to submit to the court and show that there isn't any reasonable grounds for suspicion, and that there is a clear audit trail in respect of the cash as to where it's come from or how it's going to be used.
And if you'd like specialist advice from Sam, you can contact him directly, insideman@jmw.co.uk, or call 0161 82 81 999. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.